Hey guys, this is Christine from Sugar Pepper Press, and I have a Silhouette Studio video for you today. I have gotten some questions in the Facebook group about how to use this version of Silhouette Studio. I upgraded to a Silhouette Cameo 5A in March, I believe. And so when I did that, I had to upgrade or update my software. This is, let me tell you what version this is. Sorry. Okay, here we go. This is Silhouette Studio 5.0.411 SSBE. And I do not think this is the most recent version, but it was enough. Like, I think I went legacy back as far as I could for the 5A, the Cameo 5A. And I will put a picture of that up on the screen. But one of the biggest changes in this upgrade is, and this is the business edition, but this should apply no matter which of the editions that you have. One of the biggest kind of nuisances I am finding with upgrading to this newest edition is that when you open up a JPEG or a PNG file, it is resized like insanity. Okay, y'all love to cut out these little dolls, so I'm going to show you what one of this does. See, it opens it and it is huge. And let me just back out of this to show you how big it is. So it goes way off the cutting mat. It is a bit, and I have found this to be the case with all of the Silhouette Studio editions. It is a little bit slow on the uptake. I have a very fast computer and it tends to be a memory hog, drags it down. But you'll notice right here that this pulls it in and it says that it's low resolution. Well, let me tell you, my files are never low resolution. You should always get extremely crisp, clear prints with anything you buy from me. So I know that's not the case. So what that means is that this has pumped this up to be so big that the resolution is no longer intact, because it's just 300 dpi, but it's meant 300 dpi dots per inch for an 11-inch wide page. But if you look up here in the width and height, it has blown it up to be 45 inches wide. This is an easy fix. Now, it cannot be changed. You can't change it up here before you import because it's just going to change it back. So all you do is come up here and you're going to hit 11 inches wide if it's a landscape, or 8.5 inches wide if it's a portrait. And then if you tab over right there, it is going to change the size. And eventually it's going to change it on here. I feel like it's just so slow sometimes, and you kind of have to do it. There, I hit enter that time. Now, after you do that, you're going to come up to the Align tool right here and hit Align Center and Align Middle. Once you do that, it's going to put it back on your cutting mat. You can zoom back in and it should be sized correctly. Then what you're going to do to cut this out is you will come to this little bar right here. I think it's called Print and Cut. Another thing I don't care about with Silhouette is that these should always have hovers. Like when you hover, it should always turn on. It doesn't always turn on. This is the open the, see, I hovered. That's the textile panel. We don't know. I want to say this is Print and Cut. Yep, see, it says Print and Cut right there. So you're going to enable your registration marks. That's going to make sure that it prints cleanly. Sorry, not prints cleanly. It's going to make sure that it cuts cleanly. You're going to drag down here. I always enable print bleed because I find that sometimes when I'm cutting, if there is a shadow in the room or there is a bright light in the room, it will throw off the cutting. So I do that. And then I pull my inset back. As much as I try to keep things within the print and cut settings for Silhouette because I use it, I also don't want to waste space, and I want you to get the most bang for your buck with space. So I try to fill up that space because this, once it's traced, is very easy to maneuver and move around. So I've done the enable print. Now what I'm going to do is I want to trace. So if you go here to the butterfly, you will open the trace panel and you can select trace area. I'm going to zoom out a hair here. And then I'm going to trace. Now my branding is right here, and I am not going to trace over that because that's going to go away. So I want to make sure I get my crosshairs. I want to make sure that all of my little girls are within the trace area. And then you're going to push your threshold up. As you push your threshold up, it's going to fill in that area. I like to push it up until you get to the edge of the fussy cut edge. Do you see how I'm moving that? It doesn't always require you to go 100%, but sometimes it does. And then this is just something I learned. I don't know what a difference it makes, but if you pop down here to advanced, I like to take this scale down here. And I don't remember, to be honest with you, I don't remember what it does, but I always do it. And then I want to trace and detach because I want to take that white piece of paper off the back. So I'm going to trace and detach. And then once that is through, it's going to click off. You can click right here, and if you pull this over, see, it detached it. And I just want to delete that right there. And then what you have to do with these little girls is you need to move them around a bit. So what it's going to mean is you probably won't be able to fit all of them on a page, but you can just rotate and move things around and maybe get them in there better. I just click right there. I click one of the little girls. I click this transform panel, my rotate key, then I just rotate. So I'm going to move her that way and move her here. I'm going to rotate her and put her here. And I'm just moving them around. And what you can do also is rotate it this way, and then you could stagger them like that. And after you get them all placed within your registration marks and your red lines, I'm gonna move her up here. Let's see. Okay, we can get everything on there. Perfect. And then after you do that, you're just going to hit Command P or Control P for print. You're going to set up, make sure your printer settings are correct. I like to print on my Epson 3830. I print in Vivid. So I would hit print here, and I have a setting called Vivid One-Sided, and I would just print that. And after it prints, you're going to go send. You're going to, it's unavailable because I'm in a completely different room, and you will just send it. I have found that on my previous version, which was a Cameo 3, I had to change the settings. But with this new version, I can just keep it on the settings as is, and it is a clean cut. So then you just send it, and that is how you cut out on the Silhouette Studio, or the Silhouette Cameo in Silhouette Studio. As far as Cricut, I know it is different. I am not familiar with Cricut. I don't own one, but there has been some wisdom shared on the Facebook group if you are in the Facebook group. And if you're not, just search Sugar Pepper Press Story Circle or Sugar Pepper Story Circle, and you will find us. So I am so glad you're here, and I thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. I'm always looking for new videos to share with you about different softwares and things like that. See you later. Bye.